Hello everybody, I just wanted to do a video for everyone that's asking me about what it's like to be a model, what advice do I have for models, how do you become a model, all of those things that come up constantly. And I thought that this is a good way for me to share some of my experience and some of my expertise with all of you. So let's just get started. Now, how do you become a model? Well, here's my advice. That's what I've been giving out for ages. Take a few simple pictures. You just want simple, right? Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, no big makeup, no big hair. Guys, you don't have to worry about flexing yourself to death in all of the pictures. Ladies, you do not need to have flawless eyes for the evening. You need nothing, basically. You just take a simple picture and you take simple profiles. And then you show a full-length picture. That's it. Send those out to all of the places where people are looking. Find all of the agencies, your local agencies. The big agencies, send it to anybody that you want to. If they like what you've sent, they'll get in touch with you. I promise you. Agents want to make money. So they will find you. That is the best way to go about doing it. Don't spend a ton of money on a bunch of professional pictures. They're going to throw those away anyway. Okay? That's very, very important. I don't think that anybody's really ever put together a book, walked into an agency, started working with the book they walked into the agency with. It just doesn't happen that way. Your agents will eventually find the photographers that you need to test with, work with, that will be able to present you in the way that they need to present you to clients and prospective people that they know of, the way they need to do it. Bringing me to my second point, you've got to find a good agent. I know that lots of people are getting little jobs and doing little things through Instagram and social media, stuff like that. I promise you this is not real modeling, and it's just not, okay? It's not going to get you to the level that you want to unless you've got 1 million followers. If you've got 1 million followers, great, you're there. Don't worry about it. Forget everything that I've said, you're doing fine. If you don't have 1 million followers, you need to get a really good agent. And then you need to let that agent get you lots of really good agents around so you can be opened up to more markets. But follow their advice as much as you can. That's what you have a really good agent for. It's got to be somebody that you get along with. You're going to be working together, right? You don't work for them. They don't work exclusively for you. They work for the agency. The agency pays them. They've got lots of models to deal with. They'll try to give you as much attention as they can, and you need to fight for that attention. You need to get that attention from them. So you need to find somebody that you have some rapport with, you get along with, and that is excited about you, that wants to represent you and wants to take you places, do things with you, believes in you. But don't let them do it all themselves. You're going to have to put in a lot of that legwork. And by legwork, I mean working on your Instagram, doing those things, trying to get followers, putting yourself out there, doing what they ask you to, if it feels right to you. That is a big thing. If you go in, you see a photographer, they want to do things that you're not comfortable with, you don't think it is the right way or the right direction that you want to go. Let's say they're trying to make you incredibly trendy and weird, crazy, and you want to do more commercial things and you feel like that's where you go, you're more into catalogs or the advertising or just beauty pictures, classical beauty pictures and things like this, and that's what you and your agents have discussed, you're not going to really get much that you can use out of that test that you're probably having to pay for. So you don't do it. If you're not having to pay for the test, it's a free test, the photographer just wanted to shoot you, have at it. Have a little fun with it. It is supposed to be fun. It is a fun job. It's a fun business. It's also a business. Third point, it is a business. And you have to look at it like a business. If you're looking at it as just something to do or something kind of fun, that's exactly where it needs to stay. It's something local that you're doing for a little bit of fun. If you're looking to do it as something where you want to travel the world, you want to have all of these experiences, maybe you want to go live in other countries and work in other places for a while and get the cultural experience and be flown around the world working for clients, if that's the aspiration that you have, then you need to treat it like that. You need to really treat it like a business. And you're going to need to put in that legwork as well. You're going to try to meet with all of those agents that your agent can introduce you to. You're going to need to find people that want to work with you. And then you're going to have to get over being scared or worried or nervous or anything else about it and go and live in those places. Go and build that rapport. Build those clients around the world. That's going to help when things are a little bit funny with the economy in one place, or there are holidays in one place and your market's dead in another market. You can still work in those other places. They'll direct book you back. That's an important thing. You're not going to have just that one agent. You need a network of them. You need people in all of the major markets, and you need people in the smaller markets as well. And that next thing that you do need to think about and worry about is going to be physically how you look, your diet, what that entails, what that means. It's very important to have a good, balanced, nutritious diet that can sustain you and also keep you, slimmer, keep you in the best shape and the best look for you, the way you look the best. This is something that's incredibly important because a lot of times people will want to push you to something that maybe you don't actually look your best, because that's what they think is working right now. For instance, they want to shave your head. I don't look good with a shaved head. I don't. Wouldn't work. I'd do one job, then I'd have to wait for my hair to grow out. And it's hard to eat waiting for your hair to grow out when you need those other jobs to come in. So you have to think about those things. That includes how you look and that diet. They're like, well, you're a little bit overweight, you really need to lose some weight. Go about doing that in a sustainable, healthy way. And I think that that's important overall. You're going to need to have a good sense of what nutrition is as you travel around the world, as you're working around the world. Nobody's looking out for you in that regard. There's going to be things that are just there. You have a quick bite to eat here, a quick bite to eat here, and don't fall into that trap of just finding the fast, easy thing or what is comfortable and familiar. Like, well, I'm here, I'm in Paris, I'll just have McDonald's because I don't know any better. Find a way that you know how to feed yourself in a nutritious manner. Have those things available to you. Have that in your toolbox as you travel around and then doing the things that you're doing. That is incredibly important in my view. And it'll be incredibly important for you as well, for your life. Forget about just the business, also for your life. Okay, now let's think about those types of models, right? You're going to hear these words a lot. They're really editorial. They're really commercial. They have an interesting look. They have a very sellable look. They have a beauty look. And what you're going to need to understand about those things is they're just other people's opinions, but they're important. And what is very commercial in one market is very editorial in another. And what you mean by that is commercial is something that you can sell, right? It's selling a product, exactly. You have a face that seems like is going to attract people to want to buy the product. So on a catalog, on something like this where you look good, you look happy, you look healthy, you're there, perfect, you can sell this product. Editorial is more somebody that has a little bit of a different look, that looks maybe a little more androgynous, or they look a little bit, they're a little taller, a little shorter, a little different. So they have a more editorial feel to them. Think about a Kate Moss, who's both, right? But she was able to become both because she was very editorial at the beginning. She was very much so. But that editorial look got her a very high-end commercial client, Calvin Klein, which launched her career. And it's gone pretty well, I'd say. But, she was able to cross over. And that's why you have to say that it's someone's opinion. It's not always a definite truth. She's also not very tall for a model, typically. But she's more of the exception than the rule. And you have to realize that that's always going to be the case. You're always going to have these kinds of issues where maybe you're the exception, maybe you're the rule. And understand what that is. But those differences in what type of model you are And especially when you're beginning, when you're starting out and people are telling you that, try to think about it, try to listen to it, look at yourself, be honest about it. I think that's a huge key anyway, is you really got to look at yourself and be honest about it. And I'll give you the other last bit for this video, but I'll make a series of these. You guys tell me what more you'd like to hear about. I'll think of some other ideas for advice for beginners as well as pros that have been doing it for ages. But that last bit of advice, and everybody always tells you this, is you need to have some really thick skin. There's going to be a lot of rejection involved if you get picked up in the business, if you get started in the business. That's just the way it is. They're going to look at the surface of you. They're going to think about that more than they think about anything else, and realize that that's what it is. Keep yourself a little bit separated from that. Don't allow that to affect you. You're going to have a lot of mental strength and stability to be able to not allow these things to affect you, and not just say it, but believe it. Be able to really understand what they mean. You're like, yeah, I wasn't for them. That's okay though. That's fine. There'll be another client. There'll be another photographer. There'll be another agent. These people all have opinions. I have my opinion. And you can keep going for it. And you need to be strong enough to do that. If you book 1 out of 10 castings, you're doing really well. So that's something there, and that mental toughness will help you out when you do start traveling a lot, when you are going around the world, when you're alone, if you're really successful. It does make the mental aspect of it more challenging in a lot of ways. Maybe you're making enough money, but you're also gone all the time, and you're alone all the time, and you're meeting different people all the time, and that's fun and it's exciting. But you're also by yourself. You're meeting new people every day. You're not with anybody that really understands you, that knows you, or can see how you are. That's again why you have to take care of your own nutrition, really, and really think about your own nutrition, and don't be afraid of that. If that's what you need more protein. You need to have this balance in there, and yesterday you had plenty of protein, or maybe yesterday you didn't, and so today you need to. You just need to have those things in your thought process. Or I ate too many sweets yesterday, so I really need to lay off of them for a few days, even though they've got the most beautiful looking desserts out here all day long, just sitting there. And you have to be strong about it, think about it, and not do it. So that mental strength, that mental awareness, that mental toughness that you need to train yourself for is just as important as training yourself physically, in my humble opinion. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.